The air is carved in shades of gray. The wind remembers what we say. The years lie still beneath my feet, like bones of time that never sleep. The clouds are thin, the world is slow. Each echo drifts where rivers go. I trace the dust that once was flame, and whisper to what has no name. The light is old, but still it burns. It hums the song, the earth returns. Fossil sky hold what remains, the quiet truth in weathered veins. Even when the years go dry, your breath still moves the fossil sky. Fossil sky, pale and white, you keep the ghost the ground tonight. And though the stars forget to try, I still believe the fossil sky. A feather falls, the moment stays. The stone recalls the ancient phrase. The night begins where daylight ends. The air folds softly, then it bends. There's memory carved in every sound. The wind, the dirt, the frozen ground. The past is buried, still it sings through cracks of light and fragile things. The light is old, but still it burns. It hums the song, the earth returns. Fossil sky hold what remains, the quiet truth in withered veins. Even when the years go dry, your breath still moves the fossil sky. Maybe time's a sleeping stone, it waits for hands to call it home. And in the dust where stories lie, we find our names beneath the sky. Fossil sky, soft and still. The bones of dawn are shining still. Even when the light must die, I'll breathe again in fossil sky. Fossil sky, still alive.
Under the veil of a faded spring, the world turns slow, remembering the air still holds what fire erased. A quiet bloom where sorrow waits. You left your scent on weathered stone. The wind still hums your undertone. Between the smoke and violet shade, the past breathes soft, the pain decays. Every end becomes the ground where something small will grow unbound. Ash and lilac side by side, the hush of loss, the breath of life. What once was burned now learns to rise in sorrow. softer hues beneath the skies. Ash and lilac fade and bloom, a ghost of warmth in quiet rooms. Even when the fire dies, beauty whispers, never lie. The dust still glows in amber light. A song remains beneath the night. No need for tears, no need to mourn. The earth remembers and is reborn. Through cracks of gray, a color climbs. It hums of grief and passing time. And in the hush of everything, I hear the sound of blossoming. Every end becomes the ground where something small will grow unbound. Ash and lilac side by side, the hush of loss, the breath of life. What once was burned now learns to rise in softer hues beneath the skies. Maybe grace is made of dust, and love is what outlives the rust. From every fall, from every sound, a petal breaks the frozen ground. Ash and lilac fade and bloom, the silence hums, the heart resumes. Even when the light denies, the lilac blooms where ashes lie. Ash and lilac, still alive. There's a garden in the quiet rain. It never asks, it never names. The air is soft, the earth is deep. It hums a song, the roots still keep. No thunder breaks, no witness calls. The sky just folds, the daylight falls. And somewhere under fragile ground, a tender bloom begins without a sign. No one sees the gentle star, the quiet work of beating hearts. Bloom without sound, breathe without word. The smallest life, the world's unheard. Rise through the gray, touch what is true. The light will find its way to you. Bloom without sound, soft and slow. No one needs to see to know. Even in the coldest ground, beauty blooms without a sound. The wind forgets, the years turn slow. The seasons change but never show. A petal falls, the dusk reclines. The dark still carries its design. No voice to praise, no hands to hold. Just quiet warmth beneath the cold. The world moves fast, the world is loud, but grace still blooms without a sound. No one sees the gentle star, the quiet work of beating hearts. Bloom without sound, breathe without word. The smallest life, the world's unheard. Rise through the gray, touch what is true. The light will find its way to you. Maybe peace is made of time that learns to heal without a sign. And love is not what must be found, it's what still blooms without a sound. Bloom without sound, soft and slow. No one needs to see to know. Even when the years surround, you still bloom without a sound. Without a sound. Through the glass, the morning bends, the colors fade, the edges end, a shadow hums across the floor. It feels like something seen before. The air is thin, the silence wide. It holds the things we left inside. The sunlight drips through silver lines and slips between forgotten times. The moment shatters soft and slow. Sparks, then let it go. Glass memory clear and cold. It breaks but never grows too old. I see the past through subtle gleam, half awake, half in a dream. Glass memory faint and true, reflects the world without the you. Even when the colors die, the light still lingers in my eye. Dissolves in quiet haze, each tick a ghost of other days. A whisper moves, but leaves no trace, like fingerprints on fragile space. The mirrors hum with what they've seen, the space between what wasn't been. A crystal hum, a fleeting tone, a fragile world that stands alone. The moment shatters soft and slow. Sparks, then let it go. Glass memory clear and cold. It breaks but never grows too old. I see the past through subtle gleam, half awake, half in a dream. Glass memory faint and true, reflects the world without the you. Even when the colors die, the light still lingers in my eye. Made of days. Each second waits, then lets us pass. And when it breaks, the pieces show the beauty we weren't meant to know. Glass memory soft and still, a window bent to endless will. Even when it fades away, shines and wants to stay. Glass memory. Still remains.
The window hums a faded song. The city yawns, the night is long. Your sweater rests beside the chair. The air still moves like you were there. I tune the dial, it cracks with dust. A whispered line, a voice I trust. Somewhere between the hiss and glow, I hear the words you used to know. Static dreams in amber tones. I call your name through dial tone. Half-light radio, you're still record spins, the clock rewinds, your echo hides in tangled lines. The coffee's cold, the sky turns pale, our love plays faintly off the scale. I trace your laughing frequencies, the ghost of warmth in minor keys. The dawn begins, the signal fades, but you remain in serenades. Static dreams and amber tones. Ooh, I call your name through dial tone. Half-light radio, you're still in the sound, drifting through the static where our hearts were found. Every note a memory, soft and plays in mono, and even when the daylight grows, your voice still hums beneath the glow. Half-light radio whispers in delay, all the words we lost still find their way. Even as the frequencies let go, I still hear you on my half-light radio. Half-light radio. Half-light radio. Across your skin, the ocean hums, we breathe it in. Your hand in mine, the tide aligns, our hearts are moving past the lines. The sea remembers what we said, a quiet truth the night once kept, and every word just melts away like whispers lost in gentle gray. No need to chase, no need to hide, the waves just pull us side by side. In soft waves we find our place, where time dissolves, where hearts embrace. No louder sound, no grand parade, just love that drifts in soft cascade. In soft waves we come undone, like twilight melting into sun. Every breath a sweet replay, we love, we fade in soft waves. You trace the stars with sleepy eyes, our laughter echoes through the sky. The moonlight spills, the world is still, and silence bends to what we feel. The ocean sighs beneath our feet, a rhythm slow, a pulse complete. I close my eyes, you disappear, but all of you still lingers here. No need to chase, no need to hide, the waves just pull us side by side. In soft waves we find our place, where time dissolves, where hearts embrace. No louder sound, no grand parade, just love that drifts in soft cascade. Maybe love's a quiet sea, it breaks, it mends, it carries me. And when the morning steals the blue, the tide will always bring me you.
as we come undone, like twilight melting into sun. Even when we drift away, I'll find you still in soft waves, in soft waves, in soft waves. I wrote your name on paper skies. It blurred beneath the evening skies. The ink ran soft, the words grew thin, but still I sent them to the wind. They carried light through amber air, past quiet fields they used to care. No answers came, no echoes stayed, just whispers where the letters lay. I never meant to make it known. Some truths are meant to stand alone. Letters to the wind, they never fall. They drift through time, they pass through all. Each word dissolves, yet still they sing of everything I couldn't bring. Letters to the wind, so far, so near. They fade, but never disappear. And though they never reach your hand, they bloom like echoes in the sand. The dawn unfolds in shades of gray. The world forgets what hearts can say, but I still write where clouds begin. My thoughts like seeds upon the wind. They rise through air, they turn and spin. They fall, then find their place again. For even when the silence grows, the wind remembers where it blows. I never meant to make it known. Some truths are meant to stand alone. Letters to the wind, they never fall. They drift through time, they pass through all. Each word dissolves, yet still they sing of everything I couldn't bring. Maybe peace is just the sound of paper hearts the wind has found. And even if they turn to dust, they carry hope because they must. Letters to the wind, they never fade. They turn to songs the night has made. And though the sky forgets my name, the wind still hums it just the same. Letters to the wind still ring. The morning drifts in amber dust, a hush of light, a breath of trust. The meadow hums in quiet rhyme, each petal writes the shape of time. I feel the words beneath my feet, unwritten poems, small and sweet. The earth exhales, the air replies. A poem blooms where silence lies. No need for ink, no need for sound. The verses fall, the world turns round. Pollen bursts, it floats unseen through fields of gold and evergreen. Each grain of thought the wind rehearsed. The world begins in pollen verse, so faint, so true. The sun translates its breath to blue. Even when the day disperses, life still hums in pollen verses. A leaf becomes a whispered word. A stream repeats what trees have heard. The sky unfolds in folded lines, and time dissolves in yellow signs. Each drop of rain a stanza start. Each breeze a pulse, a beating heart. No hand to write, no eyes to see, yet everything speaks poetry. No need for ink, no need for sound. The verses fall, the world turns round. Pollen verse, it floats unseen through fields of gold and evergreen. Each grain a thought, the wind rehearsed. The world begins in pollen verse. Maybe love is nature's pen, writing us and back again. And when the blossoms start to fade, their words remain, though color decays. Pollen verse, soft and slow, it lingers long where wild things grow. Even when the sky reverses, the earth still dreams in pollen verses. Pollen verse, pollen verse. Breathe in her, breathe in out. The sky forgets its borrowed hue, a fading pulse in silver blue. The air is still, the stars are thin, and time folds softly from within. Your name dissolves in quiet snow. The northern lights breathe faint and slow. No need to wake, no need to stay. The dawn will take it all away. A shimmer drifts through frozen air, like dreams that never knew despair. Sleep in aurora, wrapped in the hush of night. Color turns to whisper, and whispers turn to light. Sleep in aurora, don't fade too soon. Let me stay beneath your glow until the dark forgets the moon. The wind hums low through glassy trees. It hums a song that used to breathe. The snow recalls what hearts forget. The world still hums in violet. Between the stars, a thread of sound, the voice of dawn that can't be found. I watch the sky exhale its flame, and oh, we'll never speak the same. A shimmer drifts through frozen air, like dreams that never knew despair. Sleep in aurora, wrapped in the hush of night. Color turns to whisper, and whispers turn to light. Sleep in aurora, don't fade too soon. Let me stay beneath your glow until the dark Sleeping aurora, the quiet sky remains. Every breath becomes a wave that calls your name in vain. Sleeping aurora, I close my eyes to see the world in shades of fading green, still dreaming quietly.
Flickering light through midnight glass. You spoke in waves that couldn't last. The air still hums your hidden code. A quiet pulse, a silence road. Your shadow moves across my skin like radio static breaking. I close my eyes and tune your name. The signal's weak, but feels the same. Every breath is interference, every touch a faint appearance. Soft transmission through the night, your echo drifts in satellite. Between the noise I hear you clear, a voice that only I can hear. Soft transmission, slow and true, a fading light that once was you. Even when the lines are gone, your frequency keeps hanging on. Coffee rings on notebook dreams, our words replay in broken streams. I trace the sound you left behind across the static in my mind. The city sleeps, the colors bleed, your ghost hums softly underneath. I send a song into the sky, hoping you can still reply. Every breath is interference, every touch a faint appearance. Soft transmission through the night, your echo drifts in satellite. Between the noise I hear you clear, a voice that only I can hear. Maybe love's just frequency, lost in waves of memory. If you can feel this vibration too, then somewhere I'm still close to you. Soft transmission, soft and slow. The night receives but what we let go. Even when the dawn comes on, your signal hums forever on. Soft transmission. Flicker lights on the TV glow, echoes hum from the radio. You left your words between the chords, they haunt the air, they still feel yours. A photograph, the edges fray, your smile begins to drift away. But in the buzz of broken tunes, I find the ghost that once was you. Every night I tune it in, your frequency beneath my skin. Static hearts, we never fade, caught in signals love once made. Even when the sound is gone, the pulse of you keeps hanging on. Static hearts in disarray, lost between what we don't say. Even when the night departs, I still hear our static inside my lungs. The vinyl spins, it skips your name, and nothing ever plays the same. You said goodbye without a word. The line went dead, your echo blurred. But silence is an empty space. It's where I still can see your face. Every night I tune it in, your frequency beneath my skin. Static hearts, we never fade. Caught in signals love once made. Even when the sound is gone, the pulse of you keeps hanging on. Maybe love's a kind of noise, a wavelength lost in faded voice. And if the world forgets our song, I'll play it softly all night long. Static hearts, we never fade. Caught in signals love once made. Even when the silence starts, I still hear our static hearts. Our static hearts. I still hear our static hearts.
The dust dances in the golden air. A record hums like it's still aware of all the words we left unsaid between the coffee and your stare. Sunlight fades in honey tones. Time moves slow, but my heart knows that every goodbye tastes like spring, warm and soft like everything. The chair still holds your gentle weight. The air remembers what you say. I trace your name in window light and let the silence drift away. Maybe love's just a quiet sound, a breath, a look where hearts are found. And even when the daylight fades, your warmth, it never goes away. Sunlight fades in honey tones. Time moves slow, but my heart knows that even if the world turns gray, you're still my golden yesterday.
You painted dreams in tangerine. I wore your warmth like summer skin. The days were gold, the nights were blue, but every hue was tied to you. Your laughter spilled like morning wine. I swore that moment froze in time. Now all the tones have turned to gray, and all our shades just slip away. The canvas cracks where love once stayed, but I still see the marks we made. We fade in color, slow and deep, like memories the night will keep. Under the rain, the lines still blur. The world forgets what we once were. We fade in color, soft and true. The light still holds a piece of you, even when it disappears. I see our colors through the tears. The vinyl hums our favorite song. It sounds the same but feels all wrong. I watch the walls absorb the hue of every word I said to you. Our palette bleeds from red to white. Your ghost still flickers in the light, and though the frame begins to peel, the love we had still feels so real. The canvas cracks where love once stayed, but I still see the marks we made. We fade in color, slow and deep, like memories the night will keep under the rain. The lines still blur, the world forgets what we once were. Maybe love's a painted flame, it burns, it fades, but stays the same. And when the daylight turns to gray, your colors never drift away. We fade in colors, soft and slow like sunsets we forgot to know. Even when our hearts grow dull, the ghost of us is beautiful. We fade in color. We fade in color. Morning speaks without a sound, through every shadow on the ground. It paints the walls, it hums the air, a quiet truth that's always there. No need for words, no need to write. The sun translates what feels like right. Between the leaves, between the lines, the heart begins where language dies. A language made of light, no voice, no fight. Glass and silver skies, it speaks in warmth and soft replies. A language made of light, so faint, so kind. It tells the world that love's not blind, just silent yet alive. Reflects the golden hue, a melody the day once knew. We talk in tones the wind can hear, the meaning's clear without it near. The space between your breath and mine holds every word we can't define. The way you look, the way you stay, it's everything I meant to say. A language made of light, tonight. Through all the dark, through all the rain, it finds a way to say again. A language made of light. Still hums from yesterday. The light just learns a softer way. A quiet tune beneath a chair reminds me you were almost there. The coffee cools, the colors fade. The minutes hum the songs we played, and in the glass the sky resumes that still kind of blue in bloom. A still kind of blue, not sad, not new. It lives A still kind of blue, so calm, so true. It speaks in tones that daylight knew. It never leaves, it softly stays, like sound that hides in brighter days. The streetlight bends through window pane. The air repeats your quiet name. No storm, no tear, no grand goodbye. Just fading warmth that learns to lie. The records spin, the dust concedes to time that slows but never needs. And in the hum I start anew, inside this still kind of blue. A still kind of blue, not sad, not new. It lives between the dusk and you. It doesn't cry, it doesn't mend, it just remembers where we've been. Maybe pieces, colors, breath, the way it waits for what is left. And maybe love's the gentle tone that plays when we are left alone. A still kind of blue, so faint, so true. It hums in air the night once knew. It never fades, it softly moves. A quiet heart, the light that proves. A still kind of blue. Still grooves. Still grooves. The city breathes in amber haze. The evening hums in quiet ways. The windows glow, the clocks unwind, and all the noise falls out of time. Your shadow drifts across the glass, a fleeting shape, the hours pass. The world slows down, the colors stay, where light and memory softly play. Amber light in slow motion, the tender kind of ocean. Every moment slips but shines. slow motion, a tender kind of ocean. Every moment slips but shines like golden dust between the lines. Maybe peace is just this close, a gentle truth the heart can't know. No words to speak, no need to stay. Just light that never fades away. Amber light in slow motion, we drift through quiet notion. And when the daylight starts to bend, the warmth remains, it doesn't end. And la 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 la, and la 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 la, and la 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 la, in slow motion.
Steam curls slow from porcelain dreams. The city hums in quiet schemes. Pages turn where sunlight falls. I watch the world from wooden walls. A gentle breeze, a fleeting tune. The air still smells like Sunday noon. The clock forgets, the moments stay between the lost and far away. Between coffee and sky, the world learns to sigh. Every shadow turns to gold. Every story feels retold. Between coffee and sky, our thoughts drift by. In the warmth of morning's hue, I find a trace of something new. Footsteps fade on cobblestone, a melody that stands alone. Laughter spills from open doors like memories spilling on the floor. I hum a tune without a name. The colors blend but feel the same. The air is sweet, the hours fly. Between the coffee and the sky, between coffee and sky, the world learns to sigh. Every shadow turns to gold. Every story feels retold. Between coffee and sky, our hearts reply to the rhythm of the breeze and all the gentle symphonies. Maybe peace is just this sound, where love and light are loosely bound. No need to speak, no need to try, just stay between the coffee and sky. Between coffee and sky, between coffee and sky, the day drifts by, and though the sunlight says goodbye, its warmth remains between you and I. Between coffee and sky.
The day forgets the words it spoke. The sun dissolves in amber smoke. pause remains where meaning stayed. Before the dark rewrote the shade, the air begins to conjugate, in softer tones deliberate. Each breath a line, each look a rhyme. We fold ourselves between the time. Evening grammar, soft and slow, teaching arts the things they know. The silence hums, the light declines. Between the rules, the soul aligns. Evening grammar, calm and wide, where fading thoughts and truth collide. The world forgets its shape and name, but still the feeling stays the same. The feeling stays the same. The sky corrects what they mistook. A quiet sigh, a second look. The windows blush, the city sleeps, and meaning hides where memory keeps. No need for form, no need for sound. The syntax of the dusk is found in shadows deep, in golden bends. The sentence breaks but it never ends. Evening grammar, soft and slow, teaching hearts the things they know. The silence hums, the light declines. Between the rules, the soul aligns. Maybe love's a quiet clause, a rule we keep without a cause. And every dusk, the same refrain. We lose the words, but not the flame. Evening grammar, soft and true, a whispered tongue the night once knew. The meaning fades, the rhythm stays, a gentle voice that never strays. Evening grammar, evening grammar, teaches grace, teaches grace. The morning speaks in gentle lines, through window glass and tangled vines. A soft refrain, a quiet start. The sunlight learns the shape of heart. Each breath rewrites the world again. In simple words the hours mend. No need to speak, the sky will know how golden grammar starts to grow. Golden grammar, pure and slow, the syntax only mornings know. Every light becomes a phrase that softly falls through endless haze. Golden grammar, warm and true, it writes the day between the blue. And every thought and every tone finds a way to call this home. The coffee hums, the pages turn, the air it calls, the things we learn. The city breathes in measured rhyme, and all our flaws become the time. 1,000 rules, yet none apply to what we feel, to reasons why. The world corrects but never wrongs. It hums its peace in broken songs. Golden grammar, pure and slow, the syntax only mornings know. Every light becomes a phrase that softly falls through endless haze. Golden grammar, warm and true, it writes the day between the blue. And every thought and every tone whole.
The light divides the room into half of me and half of you. The dust hangs still, the air aligns between the breath and borrowed time. The walls remember every tone. The shadow hums where we have grown. The silence folds, the edges gleam. A fragile truth, a fading dream. Pale symmetry, calm and wide. The space where love and loss collide. It isn't wrong, it isn't right. It only moves within the light. Pale symmetry, faint but real. The balance only time can heal. A mirror hums, a moment sighs, and beauty hides in compromise. Trace of warmth in colder hues, a gentle Lars, a quiet muse. The window hums in silver tones. The world reflects what it disowns. Each step we take begins to fade, but still the pattern stays the same. A softer curve, a line between the ache of what we might have been. Pale symmetry, calm and wide. The space where love and loss collide. It isn't wrong, it isn't right. It only moves within the light. Maybe grace is not perfection, but a gentle imperfection. The way the morning splits the gray and leaves the rest to slip away. Pale symmetry, soft and true. The quiet art of me and you. No need to mend, no need to hide. We're only halves that coincide. Pale symmetry, we survive.
Folded skies on notebook lines, stars drawn out in crooked signs. A pen that drifts like passing rain, maps the heart and hides the pain. You whispered words I can't erase, in ink that time forgot to trace. And on this page of fragile dreams, the universe begins to lean. Paper constellations drawn by hand, the galaxies we understand. Every line a quiet prayer for all the light that isn't there. Paper constellations, faint and true. The world we built, the sky we knew. Even if the stars decay, our paper sky will stay. The night folds soft, the candles breathe. The world rewrites what we believe. Each mark a wish that never came. Each tear a spark that knows my name. The room hums low, the air is thin. The dark feels close, but lets me trace your voice through lines of gray and dream in shades of yesterday. Paper constellations drawn by hand, the galaxies we understand. Every line a quiet prayer for all the light that isn't there. Paper constellations, faint and true, the world we built, the sky we knew. Even if the stars decay, our paper sky will stay. Maybe all we ever find are shapes we drew to calm our minds. And maybe love's the fragile art of holding space that drifts apart. Paper constellations, soft and wide, they glow where every hope resides. And when the night begins to fade, our stars remain, the ones we made. Paper constellations won't fade, won't fade. The morning spills across floor in silver lines I've seen before. The quiet hum beneath the glass reminds me how the moments pass. A breath of air, a spark of dust. The light forgives the light I trust. No loudest sound, no grand parade, just warmth in all the things we've made. Soft radiance, stay a while, linger through the fragile miles. In every shade, in every glance, you turn the dark to circumstance. Soft radiance, faint and real, the kind of light that helps us heal. It doesn't burn, it doesn't fade, it simply shines in what we've made. The air feels calm, the clocks are slow, a gentle pulse, the windows show. The noise of life begins to sleep, and silence hums where echoes keep. No need for words, no need for plans. The world unfolds in open hands, and in the glow so soft, so wide, I see the and never ask for a name. Soft radiant, shine the same. The morning hums in silver lines, the air forgets its borrowed signs. The walls exhale a gentle tone of all the peace I've never known. A cup of steam, a drifting song. The world is still, the clocks belong. The light bends soft, the edges fade, and silence learns the shape it made. The shape of quiet, soft and slow, a hidden place where echoes go. It doesn't break, it doesn't end, it just begins to breathe again. The shape of quiet, pale and kind, the part of love we never find. It waits between what's lost and tried, the tender form of peace inside. A subtle tune, the windows hum beneath the moon. A single voice, a single spark becomes the warmth that fills the dark. Each breath unfolds in quiet rhyme. The heart keeps time, but not in time. And all the noise that couldn't stay just melts into the light of day. The shape of quiet, soft and slow, a hidden place where echoes go. It doesn't break, it doesn't end, it just begins to breathe again. The shape of quiet, pale and kind, the part of love we never find. It waits between what's lost and tried, the tender form of peace inside. Maybe calm's not made of rest, but all the words we left unsaid. And in the hush where shadows lie, the soul rediscovers why. The shape of quiet, near and true, it glows in gold and silver hue. And when the noise begins to die, we see ourselves in quiet sky. The shape of quiet, still alive. There's a hum beneath the morning air, a quiet song that lingers there. It fills the space the silence leaves. It moves like light between the eaves. The steam curls slow from porcelain dreams. The sunlight melts in amber streams. And somewhere deep inside the sound, a softer part of me is found. It's the sound of warmth, the breath between, the gentle hush of what has been. It doesn't ask, it doesn't fade, it lives in all we've ever made. The sound of warmth, it feels like grace, a melody the heart can chase. It hums beneath the quiet rain and brings me back to life again.
comes with golden dust. The air is thick with tender trust. The world is slow, the clocks are kind. The noise of fear falls out of mind. A record spins, a kettle sighs. The day unfolds through half-closed eyes. And though the years may drift apart, that sound still beats inside my heart. It's the sound of warmth, the breath between, the gentle hush of what has been. It doesn't ask, it doesn't fade. It lives in all we've ever made of. Maybe love's not fire or flame, but a voice that calls my name. In every stillness, every spark, it hums its light into the dark. It's the sound of warmth, the breath between, the quiet song of where we've been. It doesn't shout, it softly stays and fills the air in golden ways. The sound of warmth still plays. The air was calm, the night stood still. The walls were warm, the moon stood still. The floor remembered where we'd been. Our shadows breathing soft within. No need for words, no need to try. The quiet hummed a lullaby, and in that hush the world aligned. The noise fell out of heart and mind. There was a stillness we named home, a place where even time had flown. It wasn't walls, it wasn't stone, just peace we found when we were known. The stillness we named home, where silence learned to sing alone. It never asked, it never owned. It simply stayed and made us whole. The windows glowed in silver hue. The sky outside was soft and blue. We sat and watched the daylight fall, like gentle dust upon the wall. Each breath became a small refrain of leaving loss and keeping flame. And though the years have since moved on, that quiet still remains, still strong. And that was the stillness we named home, a place where even time had flown. It wasn't walls, it wasn't stone, just peace we found when we were known. Oh, the stillness we named home, where silence learned to sing alone. It never asked, it never owned. It simply stayed and made us whole. Maybe home's not where we start, but where the world forgets to part. And every echo, every tone just leads us back to what we've grown. That's the stillness we named
light moves slow across the floor, like thoughts I've held but can't ignore. The air is thin, the colors stay, and time forgets to drift away. I hear the hum beneath the sun of quiet things we left undone. The world feels near, the noise decays inside these soft transparent days. Transparent days, clear and kind, the ones that leave no trace behind. They slip through glass, they fade in tone, but somehow still they feel like home. Transparent days, calm and true, they show the light in every hue. No need to shine, no need to stay. They speak in silence, then decay. A window hums, a curtain sways, the sky forgets the rules it plays. Each breath becomes a thread of gold in stories we will not retold. The shadows bend but never break. They hold the calm the daylight makes, and I just drift my mind ablaze with all these clear transparent days. Transparent days, clear and kind, the ones that leave no trace behind. They slip through glass, they fade in tone, but somehow still they feel like home. Transparent days, calm and true, they show the light in every hue. No need to shine, no need to stay. They speak in silence, then decay. Maybe peace is made of air, of moments small enough to wear. And maybe love's a lighter sound that drifts but never leaves the ground. Transparent days, soft and near, they hum the words we never hear. Through every loss, through every phase, I breathe inside these transparent days. Transparent days, they stay.
The sunlight drifts across the floor. I've seen this scene 1,000 more. The air is slow, the colors lean, like something soft between the dream. The coffee hums, the record plays, the world forgets its usual ways. And in the dust the light agrees, there's peace in afternoons like these. Afternoons like these, they stay. Quiet hearts in open gray. Nothing moves yet everything breathes. In afternoons like these, ways a window sighs. The clouds paint slow across the skies. No need for plans, no need to prove. The stillness has its kind of groove. A breeze comes in, the moment bends. It feels like time forgot to end. The heart just hums, the mind finds ease inside afternoons like these. Afternoons like these, they stay quiet hearts in open gray. Nothing moves yet everything grieves. In afternoons like these, afternoons like these, so mild the world feels warm, the noise turns shy. Every sound just gently leaves. In afternoons like these, maybe pieces made of air, and love's the way the light just cares. No golden crown, no grand degrees, just calm in afternoons like these. Afternoons like these, they stay even when the light decays. No greater truth, no clearer peace than afternoons like these. Afternoons like these.
The wind begins to hum again. A sound of loss, a sound of wind. The sky forgets to draw a line, and I dissolve in its design. Each word I said just floats away, like paper wings that can't decay. No ground to touch, no sky to own. I drift where air has grown. Airborne I drift, I stay between the blue and soft decay. No map, no road to take me home, just floating where the still winds roam. Airborne, faint but real, you're the calm I almost feel. The world below forgets to heal, and I airborne still. The echoes hum in gentle loops. The air becomes its own excuse. Each thought dissolves, each tone is thin, like time repeating where it's been. No tether left, no weight to hold, just warmth that never turns to cold. And even loss begins to mend in circles that don't end. Maybe peace is just release, a fall that doesn't break but freeze. And maybe love's the weightless sound of never needing solid ground. Airborne soft
There's an amber light, it hums the edge of fading sight. The window's blooming quiet gold. The story's warm, the silence sold. A shadow bends across the chair. The air forgets the weight it wears, and everything the dark could know turns soft in amber glow. Amber glow, don't fade away. Hold the dusk a little straight. You don't burn, you softly show the peace we never know. Amber glow, mild and kind. You draw the calm inside my mind. The world forgets its need to go and rest in amber glow. The glass reflects a gentler hue. The sky becomes a lighter blue. The air feels thin, the thoughts turn slow inside the warmth of amber glow. The walls remember quiet names. The clocks dissolve their steady games, and time begins to move below the pulse of amber glow. Dying sun that burns for two but blinds for none. And maybe peace is just the show of what the light can't let go. Amber glow, faint but real. You teach the dark what gold can't feel. No fire left, no night to know, just stay. Amber glow. Amber glow. The air leans soft on painted walls. The quiet hum of evening calls. The light begins to lose its name, but somehow it still feels the same. The shadows drift, the corners stay. The world falls slow in gentle gray. I watch it fade. A day folds softly made. Day fold, turn the page. Let the sun write down its age. No need to end, no need to hide. Just close the light from side to side. Day fold, calm and kind. You leave no trace, no line behind. You bend the sky, you hum the rhyme, and keep the peace of borrowed time. The window hums a golden chord. Ooh. The floor forgets what hours stored. Each sound becomes a drifting tone. Each thought returns to being alone. The dust in air begins to glow, like every truth we used to know. And all that's gone feels rearranged by daylight half exchange. Day fold, turn the page. Let the sun write down its age. No need to end, no need to hide. Just close the light from side to side. Day fold, calm and kind. You leave no trace, no line behind. You bend the sky, you hum the rhyme, and keep the peace of borrowed time. Maybe rest is not to sleep, but to hold what we can't keep. And maybe grace is just the way the light decides to drift away. Day fold, fade to clear, you're still the sound I long to hear. You don't end, you just rescind and start again within. Day fold.
The light still hangs on window frames. It hums your voice, it hums your name. The air stands still, the clocks forget. The world just breathes and won't reset. The dust moves slow, the colors blend in quiet songs that never end. And though the hours come and bend, I live inside the days that don't end. Days that don't end, they drift, they mend. The kind of peace you can't pretend. They hum so soft, they never send. The days that don't end, days that don't end. So still, so kind, they echo through a calmer mind. No need to break, no need to bend. In days that don't end.
The sunlight folds where shadows play. It hides the noise, it smooths the day. No rush, no fire, no need to prove. The heart just learns the quiet's move. Each breath becomes a gentle sign that we were here, that we were fine. The edges fade, the space begins to hum like days that never end.
Days that don't end, they drift, they mend. The kind of peace you can't pretend. They hum so soft, they never send. The days that don't end, days that don't end. So still, so kind, they echo through a calmer mind. No need to break, no need to bend. In days that don't end.
Maybe time's not meant to move, but stay inside the things we choose. And maybe love's the way we see, forever in simplicity. Days that don't end, they hold, they blend, they turn the light, then start again. And even when the dark descends, I'll stay in days that don't end.
The sea exhales, the light bends low. The day forgets which way to go. The colors blur, the edges blend. No star remains, there is no end. The air hums faint in amber tones, a space between what's mine and known. And somewhere in that patient line, the sky becomes divine. Horizon line, slow and wide, you hide the sun where dreams reside. You don't arrive, you just alive, forever drawn. Horizon line, soft and thin. You hold the day beneath its skin. No truth to take, no path to find, just peace. Horizon line. Ooh. Forget to meet the shore. The air repeats what came before. No rush to fade, climb, the day just folds in half its time. A quiet hum, a whisper tone, where sky and sea become their own. And in that calm the heart defines a stillness, horizon line. Maybe grace is found between where blue and white refuse to meet. Maybe love's the quiet bind of lines the eye can't find. Horizon line, soft and near, you teach the sky to disappear. No rise, no fall to sign, just breathe. Horizon line.
The ceiling breaks, the day falls through a single ray, a softer hue. It paints the floor, it hums, it stays like quiet truth in borrowed days. The room exhales, the dust aligns, the silence bends, the shadow shines, and everything the dark withheld now breathes inside the light well. Light well shine by slow, teach the dark what warmth can show. You don't burn, you just dwell in quiet hearts. Light well, calm and near. You draw the edges clear. You never rise, you never fell, you stay. Light well. The echoes fade beneath the beam, a softened edge of some old dream. It doesn't ask, it doesn't call, it only leans across the wall. A tender hue, a folded sound, where stillness feels like something found. And I can tell without farewell I've lived inside this light well. Maybe peace is just a glow from something we forgot to know. Maybe time's the way it lands through broken roofs and open hands. Light well, golden true, you turn the world a softer blue. No flame, no shell to quell, you breathe. Light
The light unfolds across the glass, a quiet hum, the moments pass. The air is soft, the colors stay, like something warm you meant to say. I hold the sky in paper hands. The day begins, it understands, it bends, it hums, it starts to run. This fragile glow, a paper sun, don't fade too soon. Stay a while, hum your tune. You don't burn, you softly bloom in shades of white and quiet room. Paper sun, so fragile, bright, you turn the dark to silver light. And every word and every run feels clearer in your paper sun. The coffee cools, the pages turn, each heartbeat finds a way to learn. The dust in air begins to shine, as if the world forgot the line. A shadow leans across my face. The light forgives, it leaves no trace. The air feels still, but softly spun inside the glow of this paper sun. Paper sun, don't fade too soon. Stay a while, hum your tune. You don't burn, you softly bloom in shades of white and quiet room. Maybe warmth was never fire, but quiet truth and small desire. Maybe hope is made of air, a light too thin to hold or wear. Paper sun, you just begun to paint the world and everyone. You never blaze, you softly shine, a fragile glow that feels like mine. Paper sun, still fine. The sound retreats, the air stands still. The world forgets its practice will. Each breath arrives but doesn't stay. It folds itself and fades away. The sunlight hums across the floor. It doesn't ask for less or more. And I can't tell where time resigns. I drift inside the quiet lines. No noise, no name, no heavy truth. Just echoes soft as unlearned youth. The pulse beneath a muted sky. The place where thoughts in daylight lie. Quiet line, faint but true. You hum the world in silver hue. No need to speak, no need to sign. I breathe within the quiet line. High, quiet line, soft and wide. The heart forgets which side to hide, and in the calm, the light refines a truth untold. In quiet lines, the clock repeats, but no one cares. The room exhales the weight it wears. The curtain sways, the corners blend. The noise dissolves, it finds its end. A word half spoken, thought half heard. A piece that doesn't need a word. I let it stay, I let it find a place between the quiet lines. Quiet line, faint but true. You hum the world in silver hue. No need to speak, no need to sign. I breathe within the quiet line. Quiet, quiet line, calm and kind. You erase the edge of
stay within a quiet line, quiet line. Faint but mine. The air bends slow through open glass. A quiet glow, the hours pass. The dust hangs still, the room can't tell if time has stopped or moves as well. Your shadow hums along the wall. The day forgets its shape at all. No need for words, no need for right. Just breathing in the soft light. Soft light, fade but stay. Turn the noise a step away. You don't burn, you don't blind. You just rest inside my mind. Soft light, calm and kind. You're the peace I never find. No need to speak, no need to fight. Just stay with me. Soft light. The coffee cools, the air feels warm. The window folds its quiet form. The city hums beneath its tone, and still it feels like being home. Each thought dissolves, each sound is thin. The world forgets the state it's in. And in the space where day meets night, I learned to live in soft light. Soft light, fade but stay. Turn the noise a step away. You don't burn, you don't blind. You just rest inside my mind. Soft light, calm and kind. You're the peace I never find. No need to speak, no need to fight. Just stay with me. Soft light. Maybe love's not loud or clear, but the glow that draws you near. Maybe truth is silver hue that warms the heart but passes through. Soft light, faint but real. You teach the dark the way to feel. No brighter flame, no sharper sight. Just stay. Soft light. The air is soft, the days have made. The light forgets the plans we laid. It lingers close, it hums, it stays. A quiet song that never fades. The world is slow, the corners gleam like fragments from a gentle dream. And in the hush, the truth feels right. Somewhere between silence and sunlight. Somewhere between silence and sunlight, I find the shape of what feels right. No words to feel, no need to prove. just like that, learns the way we move. Somewhere between silence and sunlight, the heart begins to lose its fight. The world stands still, the edges glow, and peace becomes the only flow. The dust drips slow through golden air, like things we said but left somewhere. The clocks forget to mark the line between your breath and thoughts of mine. The floorboards hum, the shadows lean. It feels like all I've ever seen. In time it bends, it won't ignite. It waits between silence and sunlight. Somewhere between silence and sunlight, I find the shape of what feels right. No words to fill, no need to prove. Just like that, learns the way we move. Somewhere between silence and sunlight, the heart begins to lose its fight. The world stands still, the edges glow, and peace becomes the only flow. Maybe love's the quiet tone that hums when we are most alone. And maybe truth's the softer view of all the light that passes through. Somewhere between silence and sunlight, the soul remembers how to write. It doesn't fade, it doesn't hide. It breathes in golden quiet light. Somewhere between silence and sunlight, silence and light. Somewhere between silence and sunlight, silence and light.
The light just leans, it doesn't fade. It hums along the lines we made. The air is soft, the clock stays slow. The world forgets which way to go. A silver calm, a golden tone, the kind of peace that feels like home. It doesn't move, it doesn't fold. It stays still, gold, still gold, quiet flames. Shine, you shine without a name, no rush, no reason told. You simply glow, still gold, still gold, soft and kind. You live between the lines, no fight, no need to hold. You stay divine, still gold. The walls reflect a tender hue, a color shaped by passing through. Each breath remains, each sound forgives, and something quiet softly lives the room. Remembers slow and deep the dreams that daylight chose to keep. It doesn't fade, it doesn't fold. It hums, still gold, still gold, quiet flame. Shine, you shine without a name, no rush, no reason told. You simply glow, still gold, still gold, soft and kind. You live between the lines, no fire, no need to hold. You stay divine, still gold. Maybe warmth is made of time, and love's a light we redefine. No sound, no crown, no story sold, just breath, still gold, still gold, vapory. Shine, you're the calm I always feel. You never fade, you never fall. You stay still gold.
is calm, the walls exhale a silver hue, the light unveils. The dust just hangs, it doesn't fall. It knows the rhythm of it all. The clock forgets its steady roll. The quiet hums, the heart turns whole. Between the breath, the edges fade. The color of stillness softly made. The color of stillness, soft and white. A golden hush where thoughts collide. It doesn't speak, it doesn't flee. It simply learns to let things be. The color of stillness, pale and kind. The shade the world can't always find. It lives in there, in silent seas. The color of stillness, peace. A shadow bends, the floor feels warm. The light rewrites its gentle form. No need for names, no need for sound. The truth is felt, not always found. Each moment folds like paper thin, a soft reflection from within. And all that's gone and all that stays turns quiet in these tender ways. The color of stillness, soft and white. A golden hush where thoughts collide. It doesn't speak, it doesn't flee. It simply learns to let things be. Maybe calm as pain is slow, with shades that only silence knows. And maybe peace is made of time that never needs to prove its rhyme. The color of stillness, faint and true. It glows in silver, fades to blue. No need to move, no need to please. Just breathe. The color of stillness in me.
The light leans soft across the chair. It fills the room, it finds the air. No sudden glow, no sharp design, just quiet gold that feels like mine. It moves through walls, it hums through skin. It doesn't start, it never ends. And in its calm, the world reforms. I see the shape of warmth, the shape of warmth. It bends, it stays, it lives inside the smallest days. It doesn't shout, it doesn't burn. It simply knows the way we turn. The shape of warmth, it breathes, it hides between the dark and morning tides. It draws no lines, it speaks no form, but still it holds us warm. The dust stands still, the air begins to softly fill with all the things we never say, but feel in such a quiet way. A trace of light, a gentle hue. It carries tones that once were you. The space forgives, the edges blur, and time feels kinda unsure. The shape of warmth, it bends, it stays, it lives inside the smallest days. It doesn't shout, it doesn't burn. It simply knows the way we turn. The shape of warmth, it breathes, it hides between the dark and morning tides. It draws no lines, it speaks no form, but still it holds us warm. Maybe peace is made of glow, not what we have but what we know. And maybe love's not touch or sound, but the way the light surrounds. The shape of warmth, so faint, so near, it hums the things we used to hear. It doesn't fade, it doesn't warn, it stays. The shape of warmth. Curtain moves, the silence hums, the sunlight drips where stillness comes. Your laughter lives in every wall, a sound too soft to name at all. The breeze remembers what we said, it hums the notes our voices left. And though you're gone, the truth stays new. This air still feels like you, where the air feels like you. The light bends too, every breath becomes a clue to something warm, something true. Where the air feels like you, the world turns blue. Every quiet moment through, I still feel you move. Just hangs, it doesn't fall. The clock forgets its lines at all. The room stands still but softly spins. Between the lost, the life begins. I trace your name in window glare. The letters fade but you stay there. The day moves slow, the sky feels new. I breathe and it feels like you. Maybe love is made of air, a touch that stays when no one's there. And maybe time is just a view that shifts but still comes back to you. Where the air feels like you, the dust shines through. Every color hums your hue, a soft and endless tune.